Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Thoughts to Think About. I'm Liz.
I'm Efrain.
I'm Reid. So sorry.
We're not starting over. We're not doing that again.
I was thinking about how I could do an intro, and I wish I could do like a leprechaun accent so badly.
Why do you want to do a leprechaun accent, Reid?
I'm wearing a lot of green. That's it. I'm just wearing green.
Yeah, Reid's rocking a really green shirt and a green taco hat. If you're not watching the YouTube,
It's
video,
March 17th.
Reid skipped all the way up to St. Patty's Day for this episode's outfit.
It's not just a green hat. Like, it's a green hat.
It's very green. And he said it wasn't that bad. It's not that bad, but it's just very green.
It's green.
I think if it's on its own, like you're wearing a pretty muted outfit, then it would be fine. But you're pretty green.
You paired it with the green shirt.
I picked the green shirt on purpose. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And usually you're wearing like a dark
Yeah.
gray
Usually
kind of
gray,
shirt or like a navy blue shirt.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like your-
Everything's just out of my normal
Yeah, dude. This is just a weird
wardrobe.
day. This is just a weird day. Dang. Well, welcome to Thoughts to Think About. We got thoughts for you to think about today, whether or not Reid is a leprechaun or not. He's got the red beard.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you should be for Halloween.
Yeah.
You
guys-
still have time.
Do you all have costumes picked up?
I mean, we went to that party earlier this month,
Mm-hmm.
and I was Peter Pan, so I could easily be Peter Pan again.
Are you going to do it?
My wife wants to be something else for the actual
okay.
Halloween. I was like, why? We already have costumes.
Right.
Seems like a lot of work. I don't
Is it
know.
a secret, or are you keeping it a secret?
Yeah, you're kind of being.
No, she wanted to
mysterious.
do Jack and Sally, which we did last year.
Yeah.
So it's like,
It's
I don't know.
a solid costume though. So
but if I do
But-
Jack and Sally, I have to put on makeup.
yeah, you
I was
So-
going to say, but you weren't Jack.
Oh, that
She was Sally.
2 years ago. I
Oh.
was Jack for Jack and Sally at some point.
Oh, I guess that was
Yeah.
a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we still have the costumes,
Mm-hmm.
and I would have to wear makeup. And
you would. At least it's on a Monday this time.
True.
You wouldn't have to do church right after the next day.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, I don't know what I want to be. I have a whole, like, a drawer full of costumes just because of, like, camp and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. I want to do the bare minimum, but get the most laughs. That's kind of like where I always try
Yeah.
to land for costumes. And I haven't gotten inspired yet. Your brother said he's just going to be a sheet ghost. And I'm like, dang it.
Yeah, he talks about that every year. He hasn't done it.
Ghost or a sheet?
Sheet.
Okay.
A sheet ghost.
I
was
just
like-
What would a sheep
a
ghost
sheep ghost.
That's what I was trying to figure out. I was like, that's weird.
The ghost of a sheep.
Yeah. Crawling around on all fours as a ghost. Like, what are you doing?
I'm a sheep ghost.
Everybody does it.
Duh.
It's a common costume.
Yeah, Jacob's talked about doing a sheet ghost for a couple years, and he hasn't. I don't think he's done it. He
No.
needs to go ahead and commit and just go for it.
I honestly might just steal the idea because the chances of him doing it are pretty slim.
Here's
Yeah.
what you should do. You should dress up as SpongeBob as a sheet ghost.
Oh, okay, yeah. Where?
What?
Yeah.
He
There's a
shaves-
Halloween episode.
Shaves off all of his sponginess, and so it's just his brain.
It's round.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
forgot about
I still have my big inflatable plankton
Yeah.
head thing.
Nice. Yeah. That's a good one.
It's just kind of heavy and like it's really tall,
Mm.
so it's a bit of a pain.
A little too much.
I don't know if I'm super committed to that. You know.
Yeah.
No
Meredith and I-
pain, no gain.
No pain, no gain. Meredith and I were Christopher Robin and Winnie the Pooh for a little Halloween party, at Disney World, because she's pregnant, and so she got to have that poo belly, So it was super cute. And then for Halloween proper, Halloween night, we're planning to be Juno and Polly Bleecker. Wow. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and say it. It's
Yeah,
B-roll time
it's
right
time
now.
to be real.
It really stinks because my phone is recording the video,
no.
so I can't even do it. So it should have been Reid's phone, but oh well.
So if you don't know, can y'all like lean
I'm going
in?
to see if I can get into this B-reel. Oh, no. This is so tough. I'm not in the B-reel.
This is not good.
We made
So
it in.
This is horrible.
basically,
Is anybody on B-reel? Let us know. The podcast is not, but I
Welcome
am
to
individually.
Quality content, right?
Yeah,
here.
this is good stuff. People want to hear
people
this.
want to know, and I'm on time.
Boom.
Yeah,
Killed
B-roll
it.
takes a picture front and back camera,
Mm-hmm.
and
At
then
the same time.
you have to be. It's all about authenticity, you know.
Let me
Right, it's
download it. I'm gonna download it right
The
now.
goal is wow, Reed's downloading
Oh my
on the
gosh.
spot.
I try and.
A social media platform.
Wow.
Whoa.
Do you guys ever think
Wow, what an
just-
influencer.
it's so hard to just keep up with society?
Again,
No,
another
not again,
breakdown.
Reed. Not again, Reed.
Part 2, Leprechaun edition.
Leprechaun.
Guys,
Not
we-
easy being green.
We suck at podcasting.
not
I just
easy
want to say
being
that
green.
we're horrible.
Oh my gosh. Gee whiz.
You're welcome.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, Be Real's fun. It's a good time. I don't.
Bam Bam? I typed in Be Real and there's an ad for
Please-
Bam
please
Bam.
don't.
Live random
No.
video chat. It's
Get
like
out of
chat
that.
roulette, but an app.
Ooh, scary.
Get out of
That's
that.
spooky.
You
Yep.
don't don't
That's-
ever get on chat roulette.
That's dangerous. That's not good.
Let's move on.
Yeah. Let's get off of social media. So for our Halloween proper costumes, I was saying that we were going to beat Juno and Polly Bleecker
Right.
from the
she's
movie
preggers.
Juno. That's actually one of Meredith's favorite movies of all time. It's really good. If you haven't seen it, go watch Juno. But yeah, that's one of Meredith's favorites. So
I think I've literally only seen the movie one time. I remember enjoying it.
it's good. We've watched it a couple times since we've been married, but I don't know if I saw it before we were together though. So anyway,
I would imagine it's not a movie, just like, you know.
I mean, it was a big deal when it came out. I was like in school, so all the all the the teen kids, the cool kids,
teen kids.
the teens.
The youths.
The youths were all watching that movie, I think. So anyway, and then so I am playing a show on October 29th. So if this is, I believe this will be released before then. So you should come hang out at Summer Moon Friendswood on October 29th. We're supposed to dress up, so it's gonna have like a costume contest, and it's gonna be like a big good time.
Oh.
But the bands are all gonna dress up too and be different stuff.
Can y'all be sheet ghosts?
So we're gonna figure out what we're gonna be. So I haven't decided yet. I had this idea a couple years ago to be, well, maybe I shouldn't spoil it. I'm gonna go ahead and spoil it. This is just for you, podcast. I had this idea to be Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Nice.
I thought would be kind of cool.
That's super cute.
That's kind of a cool idea. Thought this morning about the Powerpuff Girls.
There's 3 chipmunks.
That's kind of weird.
Oh,
There's 3
Alvin.
chipmunks. Yeah, there's only 3 of us. There's only a trio for the 29th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Colin can't
I mean,
join
it
us on
works.
the drums, but yeah,
Colin, if you're listening,
we love you.
suck.
No.
Oh.
Hi, Colin.
So that's my costume plan so far. Got a couple different options. I don't know. Did y'all dress up as youngins when y'all were teens, youths. Or kids? Is that something y'all did?
Yeah, my mom used to make me costumes. Sorry, I paused. It sounded like she was making me
My
do
mom
something.
forced me to dress up.
No, but like I remember one of my earliest ones was I was a robot. And so
Oh,
it was
cool.
just like she took a cardboard box and like decorated it like a robot.
That's
and
cool.
so, but I also remember I fell down and I couldn't stand back up. I was like on my back, like a turtle upside down. I couldn't get up.
You were
I was
like
just
Ralphie's brother in Christmas Story.
Right. With too much, like I just couldn't get enough movement to go
Jeez,
forward.
dude. That's hilarious.
And then a different time, she made me like this really dope Three Musketeers outfit. Like I've talked about this movie before, but like the early 2000s Disney live
version,
action Three Musketeers movie.
Mhm.
And so I was one of the Musketeers, like with the French blue.
Which one?
I was just a random one. Although I
Oh.
do think that we ordered a D'Artagnan sword. So I had like a fake D'Artagnan sword or something like that. It was pretty cool. I wish I had that costume still.
Dang. It probably wouldn't fit, but
No, it wouldn't. Oh, she also made me prisoners, like a prisoner costume. It was like a chain gang costume where I had like the white and black striped hat and the white and black striped like coveralls or overalls or coveralls.
I think
Yeah, you're
coveralls, yeah.
And I had like chains that went on my feet. So it's pretty cool.
Wow.
your mom worked at a prison.
Not then.
Not
Oh,
then.
so it's like the
No.
irony
Okay.
there.
No,
okay.
later.
Costume for
So
free.
that happened
Later.
after. That happened after the fact.
She worked at the prison after.
Mm.
This was when I was young still. So
I don't know. It seems like in the stars, like that seems like something was happening there.
I'm going to prison soon.
It's like trying not to say that joke.
Oh, man.
No, I dressed up as a child, and then as like
Wait, your costume was you were a child.
I was a child. I dressed up.
Great.
There were no like costumes that really stand out. I think when I was like a preteen, I was like, it's not cool to dress up, and so I didn't dress up. And
That's
then
lame.
in high school, we were like the high school kids that are dumb. Like you dress up and you go trick or treating.
Oh,
I guess
right,
older high
right,
schools.
right. It's like, why are you here?
Right. But like some like weird things happen when you're like a senior and you're walking around trick or treating.
Okay.
You are the weird thing.
Mom, if you're watching,
Oh no.
I've never said this story.
Oh, no.
So there was this one house. I don't even remember what neighborhood we were in. There's one house we went. They were having like a Halloween party, like a bunch of adults. Thinking about it, they're probably like our age now, like late 20s, early 30s. And so a bunch of like high schoolers come and like we're trick or treat, and they're like, "Oh my God, y'all want to come in? Like we've got candy on the table. Like y'all want to come in? We've got hot dogs and stuff."
Okay.
And we were like, "Okay." So we joined these strangers' party. We were there for a very long time. And I remember like sitting down at the table and like something clicked in my head and I'm like, danger.
This is weird.
Like late, like
Super
deep
late.
into the party. You're like,
I
this
think
is
we
dangerous.
I feel like we were there for a couple hours and like eating their hot dogs, like drinking like they were just like sodas or whatever.
Right.
We're eating their candy, like just a bunch of random kids joined this random party.
That's super random.
And yeah, something clicked in my head and I'm like, danger. I think we should leave. And so I looked at my friend and was like, can we go? And we left. And I think back to that moment very often. And I'm like, we could have died. Like we could have not lived.
That could have been a way worse scenario.
It
That just kind of worked out.
Honestly, yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
But I mean, they were just hanging out, just vibing.
I mean, like it
what
was.
Were they playing games or like?
No, like it was like people were drunk.
Okay.
It was like it was a party.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
like I'm pretty sure we're eating hot dogs like in a dark room with like strobe lights.
Oh, jeez.
Nice.
Yo.
Yeah.
Maybe they thought you were like invited to the party. They just couldn't tell who you were because it was like dark and you were wearing costumes.
Yeah.
It's like,
Maybe.
oh, hey.
It's a vampire. Come on in.
Right.
Yeah. Maybe, but I don't think so. Yeah, it's pretty.
That's a crazy
pretty
story.
sketch.
So I dressed up as a kid, right? But I never went like trick or treat. I only went trick or treating maybe a handful of times.
Right.
So I don't have any really good trick or treating stories, which kind of stinks. But
Sad.
yeah, I mean, like,
You okay?
I mean, I'm fine. I didn't almost die in somebody's random party, though.
What a way to go, though, man.
You'd have been on
It was
Unsolved
crazy.
Mysteries.
Oh, callback.
Dream.
Callback.
A tree?
Oh, no.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh, no. I'm cutting that. I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, I do remember one trick-or-treating story where they're down the street. It's actually where my in-laws live. There was this guy who lived at the end of the street. It's a cul-de-sac. And he used to come out with a chainsaw every year on Halloween and with the trick-or-treaters. And it didn't have a chain on it or whatever.
Right.
But it would scare everybody. And that was the thing we talked about, because we would go to our church, which had a fall festival.
Oh.
Not a trunk or treat.
Not a trunk or
were
treat.
better.
It was a fall festival because it's not Halloween because it's a church, right? But yeah, we had a fall festival for years. And so growing up, that was what we did for Halloween. So we didn't go trick or treating. That's why that happened.
Mm-hmm.
But it's in the same neighborhood as my in-laws. And so, the people in the neighborhood, the kids around, they would talk about oh, that's the street, that the chainsaw is on,
Avoid that street.
Yeah, they would talk about that. No, they wanted to go down the chainsaw street, of course. I didn't because that's not my vibe. Because I love scary movies, but I have zero desire to be in a haunted house.
Scared in real life.
Yeah, well, I mean, like haunted house specifically, I guess. Like, I guess scared in real life. That's fine. But what do y'all think about haunted houses?
I'm surprised you've never been in a haunted house before.
Zero. I've never been to a haunted house.
When I was in
Zero haunted
8th
houses.
grade, we went to Phobia.
Oh, okay.
The
Oh,
big one
uh-huh.
that's like out on Beltway 8, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you like
Did
it?
you like it? You can give
No.
us any detail.
I didn't
No,
like
I
it.
didn't.
It was kind of scary. I wasn't like ultra scared.
Right.
But yeah, my girlfriend at the time, it was like a big deal. She wanted to go to this, and I was in 8th grade, obviously. You know.
Oh.
She wanted to go, so it was like her and a bunch of her friends.
Mm.
We all went. You know, crazy. I have been in like some haunted houses since then, but not like a ton. You know, and I'm just not interested at all.
Yeah.
Wow. What a simple answer.
Great story.
What about you, Liz?
Yeah. I've gone to many a haunted house in my life. I think just the opportunity hasn't arisen, rise.
Okay. Yeah. No, I get what you're
In a
saying.
very long time. I think just people I hang out with are not down for that. So I'm not like bugging
Right.
or whatever. But I mean, in high school and college, we went to tons, and I was like the person in the haunted houses that was like just dramatic and like
On purpose.
it started off on purpose as like a defense mechanism of like I'm really
Right.
scared, and then it was just like anything that happened, I'm screaming bloody murder. I'm like
That's so funny.
running. If I see a thing moving, I'm like, I see you, like
Yeah.
just doing the most. I think a part of it is the like, if I'm like yelling already, or if I like jolt myself, then they can't do it.
Mm. It's like you take back some control, a little bit of control, you know?
Yeah, probably.
I'm in charge here.
Yeah.
I'm terrified on my own.
When I was an RA in college, we did a haunted house event where the RAs created a haunted house in like the second floor of our cafeteria. So it was like
Fun.
study rooms and stuff like that. But it was pretty cool. People said it was fun. I never went through it. I just was like, I helped.
People said it was cool. I don't know.
I helped create it. But like you started off, like you went up an elevator and we like swapped the elevator lights out with like red bulbs.
Right.
And like we
Cool.
just had somebody standing in the corner and they wouldn't talk to you. They were just standing there like ominously. And so you had to like press the button to go up and then you'd have to get off. And there were like all these different like windows that you would see things happening in the rooms. And, you know, you had to walk through like this hall, like a long hallway. And then you'd have to pass through like this office and stuff. It looked cool, but I didn't ever want to be scared. So
That's
I was
pretty
like,
cool.
I was like, yeah, here, I'll work the line. Yeah, you're next.
Yeah, when I did
Next.
Tower of Terror for the first time a few months ago, that was like, it kind of like ignited like the dormant, like the jump scare feeling, you know? Because right when you're standing there in the big room before you go like to the line.
Tower of Terror at Disney World you're talking about. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah. And like, you know, all the workers, they're just kind of like scary, spooky, sassy, like it's kind of funny. Your wife,
Right.
Aubrey, leaned over to me and she's like, they're gonna come up behind you, or like right in front of you when the lights turn back on, and they like shut off, and then like when the lights turn on, one was right here, and I was like, like I thought it was so fun, just so funny.
That one's really fun.
Is she a haunted house person,
I don't think we've ever been to one together.
or is your wife one?
My wife, my Meredith.
Meredith.
My Meredith. That's my girl. Yeah, no, she is not. She is not a haunted house person.
There is somebody recently, I feel like it was one of your wives, that asked like if I was a haunted house person. I said, yeah.
Well,
And
Aubrey,
I committed to go.
I mean,
Aubrey did watch that like haunted house documentary that came out like last year or something like that. It was like, but it's like weird, like it's like more than haunted house. It's like you sign waivers.
Oh,
And
when I say
people
haunted house,
touch you.
yeah, I'm
and,
not
like,
down for those.
Like there are some where you're like actually abducted. Not cool.
you get
No.
abducted, taken to the house and stuff.
Right.
No.
I forgot what there's like a big one that
There's like the haunted woods and like
there's
haunted
this
hospital.
one. Oh, really?
Like a
Oh,
compound
that sounds
somewhere,
creepy.
yeah.
Yeah, but there's a few that are like pretty messed up and they do some crazy stuff. And I'm pretty sure like you sign waivers to be. Can they injure you? Like, is that part of it, or is
I
that?
don't know.
I think it's like
That's disturbing, man.
Like the possibility of an injury
Is there?
Yeah. I'm not down for those.
Yeah, that's not
too
cool
far.
with me. I'm not into that. I'm not even into a base haunted house.
A
You know what I mean?
baseline,
Just like a
peekaboo.
standard little spooky. That's not. I don't want to do that. I honestly just think I would start swinging. Honestly, like I honestly do. I just think fight or flight. Like I would just be.
You'd be fighting.
I would be fighting. I think like
You're
I'm
the
not like
last person.
and I'm not like a big dude or anything or like any sort of thing. I just think that's what would come out. I've told this story on the podcast I think before, but the one time Meredith woke me up with her costume on and she had a Sully outfit. Have I not told this story?
I don't think
I've
so.
heard it before, but I don't know if it was here.
I've told it in a sermon, so I guess it's fine to tell here. Oh, Lord. So one time Meredith was dressed up as Sully from Monsters Inc. For school. And so at this point, I was working like later than she was. And so she would get up, kind of kiss me goodbye. And then, she would go to work and I would kind of stay in bed and go back to sleep. And so anyway, she's dressed up. I'm kind of waking up a little bit. And so she comes to give me a kiss goodbye. And all I see is a silhouette of like a monster. And it's got like these horns up at my face. And so I come up swinging and I punched her in the face.
No.
I punched her. It wasn't that hard, but like I hit her and immediately was like, oh my God, like jumped out of bed, freaking out. It wasn't a big deal. Didn't leave like a mark or anything. I made sure. No. Absolutely not. It's not even funny really to joke about, but like
Only laughing I'm uncomfortable.
I mean, it's fine. It's not that I would never do something like that. And so, but it was like I felt so bad, like immediately was like, oh my God, And so, but yeah. So I think in a haunted house, I think I would somebody's coming at my face. I think I'd come up swinging. Yeah, I've seen those videos like on YouTube. Somebody pops out, boom.
Yeah,
Right.
you just smacked.
Yeah. So,
I have an idea. This is kind of haunted house adjacent.
Oh.
I would love to do an escape house, like an escape room, but it's like a weekend and you're stuck in a house and it's like ultra complex and you have to explore like all over the whole house. Like you have to get in the attic or crawl through some like pathways and like. I think that would be so cool.
Dude, I'm 1,000% on board with that. I've been thinking that since escape rooms started being a thing.
Right.
I was like, oh, dude, you should this should be an extended thing,
right.
And make it super complex.
Like you got a whole weekend, and you got to solve all of these mysteries to escape, and they're like super complex and difficult.
See, I think with those, you kind of end up being the weird haunted house where you have to sign waivers because you would have to do the same thing there.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because the whole idea is that you would be locked in. Right. I guess you'd have to make sure you couldn't they couldn't be locked in for real.
I mean, it would be just like a escape room where you just press the button and you get out. Or like a lot of escape rooms just don't lock the door.
Right,
it's like you're not allowed to leave. If you open this door, you lose, You're not actually locked in.
Right.
So
I had fun when we did the escape room for your birthday.
Right.
But 3/4 of my brain was in like panic mode. So I'm like, we're locked in here. I'm not going to get out. This is going to go bad. I'm going to be stuck. I'm going to die. Like, yeah. So that stresses me out. Like, I would not be able to sleep.
Yeah.
Because like the game is still going. Death is upon me. Like that's my brain goes to the extreme. Like I think I would be so stressed. Like I wouldn't be able to eat. I probably wouldn't like poo. Like dude.
Oh my God,
it's you this week.
Like my brain and my body was shut down that whole time.
Yeah, I don't know. That I thought about that too. So if it were overnight, you'd have to think about people sleeping, people eating, people pooping.
I mean, it would be basically like an Airbnb.
Or not pooping, right.
It'd be like an Airbnb, but with like, it's an escape Airbnb.
Right,
Right. So like, all the normal stuff.
Well, I guess the real thing is that I just, as an escape room, I wouldn't want to have to service all that stuff.
You'd have to put it all back. You'd pay for it, of course.
Right.
You have to hire employees.
Right. I just, I feel like feeding people and like, I feel like that's all.
No, they would bring, if you're doing SCAREBNB.
Wait.
Trademark.
Yo.
It's trademark. You can't take it.
I'm cutting that out. That's really good. That's
Like-
really good.
Like they bring their own food. Like you bring what you want for the weekend, just like normally for an Airbnb.
Mm.
But like you
See, I was just thinking overnight, literally just overnight, because then you could stay up reasonably. You know, if people prepared, you just do like a 12-hour, 7 to 7 or something. You know, sunset to sunrise kind of thing.
That'd be interesting.
You know, because then it's
Yeah.
like, oh, you have the night to get out, you know,
Right.
and escape or whatever.
Before the sunrise.
Yeah, you know, exactly. You know, you have to defeat the evil before, you know, whatever. You can make it spooky or not spooky, but because then you could have people bring their own food, just
Right.
like you said, just like an Airbnb.
Right.
But then, like,
It's
you
just
don't
the
have to worry about
activities.
sleeping or any of that stuff. I feel like that just gets weird. Like, because then that's the other thing is like monitoring these
Right.
people in a whole house.
Hey guys,
Like,
there are
hey,
cameras.
There's a camera everywhere.
Except the
don't
bathroom.
just don't do it. Yeah, right. Well,
Right.
see, that's the other thing. Like, is this an off limit zone, or is this, you know, what zones are, you know, part of the game and what aren't?
Clearly, there's some bugs to work out, but
Yeah, this is a
ideal,
separate
it would be
business
very
meeting.
cool. you know?
I would absolutely be into that, and
Yeah.
whether it's scary or not, you know, I'm
Mhm.
not. You know,
Mhm.
either way it could be cool.
Yeah.
Just if you just played it totally straight, like just an escape room.
Yeah.
Right.
It's where you're staying.
Dude.
And
Yeah.
even less adjacent idea
But, okay.
to haunted houses. So haunted houses to
Escape
escape
room.
houses would be
SCAREBNB.
like a paintball mall. You know, like there's like abandoned malls with like multiple
Wait.
levels,
honestly,
and you're playing
I
paintball
totally
in
get
the
what you're
whole
saying.
place. That would be so cool.
There are
Or
tons
just
of
like
those malls.
abandoned malls,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Or just like you take a whole level of a skyscraper in Houston, you know, like you just rent out the whole
Ooh.
level. And it's like, hey, there's 50 offices up here. They're all free game, you know, like we're playing paintball.
Jeez.
You know, that'd be dope.
I'm sure there's like safety things with that would be
Nah,
a little
That's
tough,
fine.
but super cool
That would be
idea.
cool.
Safety's always what's keeping people from having fun.
I mean, you're not wrong. Like, you're not wrong. It's
Safe-
true.
Safety is also what's keeping people from death.
From dying. I mean, also true.
Natural selection.
Also true. But do you want to live? Do you want to die knowing that you didn't
Never
have any
truly
fun?
lived.
Exactly. There you go.
It's fine. I'll just haunt you later.
Paintball mall.
Paint mall.
Paint
You're
No.
trying too hard.
paint mall.
No,
SCAREBNB.
SCAREBNB. That's I'm tapped out.
Yeah,
for
you peaked.
for the
There-
rest-
yeah, you peaked there. There's nothing's gonna be better than SCAREBNB.
all of my creative juices are gone now.
For life.
You know what? Just go ahead and just call it now. There's your career.
It's been fun, everybody. Thank you so much.
We're looking for a third host.
Looking for a new host. And somebody to do a SCAREBNB with. Start to
Wow.
get this business off the ground floor. Dude, I think it's a great idea. I'm super into that. Honestly,
cool.
that's what I thought escape rooms were the first time I heard about them. Like, I thought it was like that sort of thing where you're like,
Oh yeah, like overnight.
like literally a house. You're literally trying to figure out all this stuff. But it's usually, just a couple rooms. So.
Yeah, you'd have to get a big one. It would be pretty pricey, I think.
Yeah.
Like I stayed in a Verbo Friday night, like Friday to Saturday,
Mm.
and it was tiny. It was like, I mean, it was big enough for the people we had, but it was tiny. I can't imagine trying to set up a whole like escape room in
I
there.
know.
You know, that would take you 12 hours to solve and get out.
And that's what's so crazy about the escape rooms is they're so. Some of them are better about it than others, but a lot of them are pretty meticulous in
Right.
how everything is placed and just all that kind of stuff. And so you'd have to, and on a scale of even a small house, every little piece couldn't be that meticulous. But so
Yeah, I mean, I think there'd have to be some you'd have to bring in technology in there for sure, like things that you have to click and play. So it's like less to have to
TVs
reset.
and things.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a great idea. Anybody who wants to support us with some
Let's need an
capital,
investor.
we need some investors into
SCAREBNB
this
Inc.
business because I think it's a really great idea.
Do escape church.
I think
Terrifying.
we want to keep.
I think we want people in the church. Yeah.
Right, we're locking them in.
Oh, you have to
I
stay.
think let's bring that up if we ever talk about deconstruction.
Oh,
Deconstruction. Yeah.
no. We're locking you in.
What are they called? Lock-ins? Just lock-ins.
A
That's what they're
youth
called.
lock-in?
A lock-in, right? That's what the youth are trying to do anyway. Just
Oh my
escape.
gosh.
You know?
Jeez.
Golly.
I only ever did one lock-in as a youth, and it was dudes only because, got to separate the dudes and the ladies. But it was great because literally I played Guitar Hero all night long, the whole night.
I did a couple
It was years ago.
The one I remember most was we did a lock-in at Splashtown.
Yeah, those are
Overnight
cool.
lock-in at Splashtown.
What?
It's so dangerous because
Yeah.
it's like, hey, we're all gonna stay up all night long swimming and going down water slides and stuff. It was crazy.
Yeah.
No, just the liability alone doing that.
Oh, they don't do it
terrifying.
anymore.
The early 2000s,
I
Wild West.
we had like youth nights, like lock-in, whatever. I didn't grow up going to church at all, but we went to the YMCA pretty often, and they would do I don't remember if they were called lock-ins or youth nights. I just remember being dropped off, had no friends there, and was not picked up until like 10:30.
Yeah, I'm not down for that.
Hated it. Weird stuff went down.
Yeah, for sure.
Just
Like,
weird.
I mean, you got to know
in Houston,
that's happening.
you're
right.
just dropping your kid off with a bunch of strangers' kids at the YMCA. It's weird.
Mm-mm.
I never understood summer camps, like all summer long summer camps where you're just like, hey, I'm going to ship you off to this camp on a lake for 2.5 months.
Right.
You don't know anybody there. I don't know anybody there. Just paying people to take you for 2.5 months. Hope you make some friends.
Well, if they didn't exist, we wouldn't have Friday the 13th.
Right.
So,
Or
Thank
that
you, summer
story from
camps.
Paris Hilton.
right, exactly. Oh,
I don't
jeez.
think that's a summer camp. I think that was like a
It's-
bad kids camp.
Yeah, it's the bad kids camp. Poor Paris. Poor
Reid.
Paris. It's tough. Reid, you brought us down. I'm a little sad. I'm sad for Paris.
Well, let's talk about something not sad.
Let's talk about something scary
Not
again because
happy.
I wanted to bring up. So, how do y'all feel about clowns? Are y'all scared of clowns?
Scared of them? No. Are they creepy? Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
just definitely from the jump, a clown is creepy.
Don't like them.
I mean, fresh. If I were to meet a clown for the first time, never meeting a clown before, probably
Like a
wouldn't think it's
professional
creepy,
clown?
But
If I were to meet a
Or-
clown fresh, probably not that creepy.
everything that goes with clowns, like history,
Right.
they're just weird.
It's kind of creepy.
Weird
Is
and
Ronald McDonald creepy to y'all?
Creep, yeah.
Creepy?
Yeah, creepy.
He's kind of creepy.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched the movie It at a very young age.
So the old one.
The old one. A very young age. I also watched The Leprechaun at a very young age. So you're kind of triggering me. Right now. I'm kidding.
I haven't seen either of those. I haven't seen the old It or the Leprechaun.
If y'all have seen the Leprechaun, say yeah.
Yeah.
TikTok again.
No, that's an old video.
What?
That's an old video.
Vine?
No,
Yeah.
even before Vine. It's a news broadcast.
The news?
That's the evening news.
But yeah, so it scared the existence out of me. Like it marked me as a human being very early on. I like triggered by clowns. And for a hot second, like anytime there's like red balloons anywhere, I'm like, mm-mm.
A red balloon scared you straight up. No, lie.
Like
you couldn't listen to that song.
say more things.
What song?
99 red balloons. It's
I
like
don't
that.
even know that song.
Wow. Okay. I thought that was like a
99
classic.
red balloons.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
let me.
Do y'all know that
Okay,
song?
well, let
Anybody
me-
on the
let me
any
ex-
listeners know that song?
Let me explain the red balloon thing because it's not like I saw
It's
a
a
red
German
balloon and was like, ah. I'm
99 luft balloons.
Yeah, but it's in English. Is red balloon,
Oh.
right?
Oh,
Well,
it's like German?
it's German. Y'all have never heard
how
of this before?
would I know?
I thought this was a big
song?
phenomenon. I thought everybody knew about this song.
I know nothing about it. What year is that? 83?
Four.
Right
Okay.
there. Released 1983. On the right side.
Oh,
no?
the title says 84.
Oh, yeah.
The music video was 84.
Oh,
I guess.
okay.
I don't know.
Weird. Yeah, I know nothing about
Okay,
that.
sorry
man.
about that.
I wasn't born yet.
Neither- I'm sorry. I
Sing
don't know.
a little.
No,
little
I'm
sad
not
sing a
song.
little bit
No,
for it.
absolutely not.
Yeah, we want to hear it.
Can we move on?
So
what
why are you
I-
scared of red balloons?
What I mean, I'm not currently scared of red balloons.
It's okay, you can
I'm an
admit it.
adult.
You can admit it.
Stop it, Patrick. You're scaring her.
But like as a teenager, I would see them and instantly like be creeped because that's connected to it,
Yeah,
right?
Right.
And so there was one time, I think I was like 7th or 8th grade. And my mom came in to wake me up for school. And I think my parents caught on to like the red balloon thing. And like bunch of chotches. My mom woke me up and
how old are you?
13, 12, 13.
Oh my gosh.
And like, right, peak, like mess with my kid era, right? And so she comes in and she was like, I saw a balloon just like floating in the yard. It was so weird. And I'm like half asleep. Like, what are you talking about? And she was like, there was just a balloon in the front yard. Like, it was just there. And I was like, Mom, what are you talking about? She's like, look. And she's holding a red balloon. And I was like, get out of here. I don't know how committed to this joke. Did she go buy a balloon and buy string and blow it up?
With helium.
With helium for this
Just for one moment.
The commitment.
She should have filled your room with red balloons.
99.
99 left balloons.
The commitment. This German balloon.
She ordered red balloons from Germany.
Wow.
The commitment my mom had, if it's a joke, I mean, bravo. Just to scare me. But yeah, I'm not a fan of clowns. I stray away.
If only she would have like pointed and your father standing in the yard with the balloon as a clown.
The clown.
That would have run away.
Scarred for life.
Pennywise.
Your whole life trajectory would have changed.
I would have ran away. Been a homeless kid.
Oh my gosh.
Gone. I'm done.
So you're like scared of clowns to this day.
Again, I'm not scared of clowns. I am
scared of red balloons.
I'm deeply creeped out by clowns, and I
clowns
jump for so like the
inherently creepy.
Absolutely. So like the whole like the scary clowns, like what happened in 2016, where they were like, dressed up as like creepy clowns, because is that when the remake of It came out?
I think it was 2016, wasn't it? That first one.
Google find out.
Google it.
We need a soundbite that's like Google it.
It's something like that. I think you just did it. That's perfect. We
Okay,
don't need anything else.
Done.
2017.
2017. So probably
so
all the
kind of,
like promo and stuff.
Yeah, probably.
So right, like, was it everywhere or was it just?
I mean, I heard about it.
Or Texas.
No. See, it says 2016 clown sightings were reports of people disguised as evil clowns in incongruous settings, such as near forests and schools.
Right.
They first reported in Green Bay, Wisconsin, which it turned out to be marketing stunt for a horror film, not It.
Oh.
Not even It.
Yeah, it spread later, but it also says that one possible precursor event was the 2013 sightings of a creepy clown in Northampton, England. So it like happened in 2013 in England, and then in 2014 it happened in Italy, and then 2016 it kind of blew up in the US and Canada. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I remember it was pretty creepy.
They
it was
were
cool.
Going around with like knives.
Yeah.
And like
standing around places.
I didn't think that they actually hurt people, but then I saw this girl on YouTube. She was making a joke, and then she was like TBT to when I was cut, and she like showed her scar on her along her spine, and I was wait, this just took my fear to a different level, because like it's starting to, or it was like trendy. People were trying to bring back the clown things,
right?
And I was like, ew, no, we're not. I can't
so
do that again.
She was cut by a clown.
Yeah,
is what you're saying.
Yeah.
This says,
yo, that's crazy. I thought it was just like scaring people.
I know.
Yes. In October 25th, 2016, several news outlets reported on an alleged clown-initiated purge or attack, which supposedly was going to take place on Halloween Eve of 2016. So there were no widespread purges,
right.
But a family from Florida was attacked on October 31st by a group of approximately 20 people in clown masks and masks styled after the Purge movie, but no arrests were made.
What?
And then students at Pennsylvania State University and Michigan State University were involved in mobs that searched for clowns on campus after reported sightings.
Dang.
Yeah.
Had like bats and stuff.
Yeah. Just like, all right, we're going after the clowns now.
Get the clown.
That's wild.
That's crazy. But you're saying it's coming back. It's a thing again?
I I mean, I have not seen any. I've seen it on like TikTok, on Instagram, like people like making references and like it's coming back. Like, I don't know. People are just dumb online.
Oh my gosh.
But I hope it does not come back because
I'm not down
terrible.
for seeing some random dude in some random place wearing clown stuff.
No.
Not okay.
If you're holding balloons, even less okay with that.
Right.
If it's a red balloon, just
99
just get away.
red
We'll run you over.
balloons.
I'm not.
Yo, that's crazy. I didn't realize they hurt people. That's kind of crazy. It's disturbing to me.
You know, hurt people hurt people.
Wow. On that note, I think that's enough for today. Thank you all for joining us. I hope you're scared of clowns after this episode and perhaps red balloons.
Have you heard that song? Have you heard that song?
Nobody's heard that song.